If all those who are joining us up on the international camera, which feeds all over the world, welcome to the show. And we got a couple of special guests that are going to be talking to us, and anybody who's logging up on Facebook and all the different pages and platforms. You can also hear us live on all the different links that we posted up there and all the different platforms heard around the world. And that's the way we do it here at KUHSdenver.com. We are one of the oldest streaming stations. Back then they called us an internet radio station. Now the big buzzword is stream. And so we have been streaming for 14 years. So we're kind of an old station. So we got to jump on everybody. Back in the day, Facebook Live was called Facebook Mentions. And nobody else could get on but the ones that were picked. And we were picked. And it was called Facebook Mentions, and then it went to Facebook Live. And they allowed everybody to come in. So right now I'm going to introduce one of my guests, and it's Carter. Carter, can you say hello to the audience here and give them a little spiel on who you are? And Emmanuel, can you say hello before Carter gets busy?
Hi, nice to see you.
Yeah, it's nice to have you back. You've been on before, and it's nice to have you here with us. And I'll never forget your mom photobombed you. I mean, live bombed you.
I do remember.
Oh, that was so funny. It was so cool. But it worked out. Okay, Carter, are you ready to get started?
Absolutely. So hi, I'm Carter. I'm a South Florida rapper, singer, and songwriter. I was born in Broward County, and I currently live in Miami-Dade County. I went to the University of Miami to study musical theater, of all things, and to get my 4-year degree in that. I'm currently on a 1-year hiatus, and I'm focusing on my own music, which has been really an honor to work on. I've been writing and rapping since I was 11, and through the years I've really developed what I like to think of as a sound that really suits me. And we're currently working on releasing an EP, my debut EP, called Polaroid. The first 2 singles have been dropped on that. The first one is Dead Love, and the second one is Confessions featuring Camila. Both of them and the whole album are produced by Emmanuel. I met Emmanuel when I was in high school, and Emmanuel
was in 6th grade.
6th grade, right.
Yeah.
And so there's a little bit of an age difference, but I met Emmanuel when you were playing, in band, and that's where I met you.
I was in band and you were in musical theater, and I was like, oh, like, damn, who's this guy playing, like, the baker in
right.
and Into the Woods?
That's every time I go over to work with Emmanuel, your mom always says, oh, the baker's over, and references that, which is really funny.
It is funny because for years I begged you like over and over, like, let's make a song, let's make a song, let's make a song. And only in like last year you texted me and you're like, I want to make a song. I'm like, well, only over like a decade later.
Yeah, it took, from when I was in freshman year of high school, I think. So it's been like 8 years really at this point. And 8 years later, I got out of rehab actually. Which is a big theme on the EP and the two first singles. And I had all these ideas and song lyrics that I had written down in my free time in those 30 days. And I was like, well, I got to do something with them. Who do I call? Emmanuel. And I was like, hey, remember how 8 years ago and for all that time you were like, let's make some music. Let's do that now. And the first song that we wrote that stayed on the album was Confessions, right?
Yeah, that was the first one.
Yeah, and that was like almost a year ago.
Was it really?
Yeah, that was
May.
No, it was the middle of April.
Wow, that's crazy.
So it's like 10 months ago at this point. Yeah, and that's the song that we have most recently released, which now has over
Almost
70,000 streams on
Yeah.
Spotify alone, which was that journey itself was insane. We released it on a Friday,
Yeah.
like early Friday morning, and somehow it ended up on Spotify's release radar. And then I checked the Spotify artist app the next day, and it was at 12,000 plays. And I said, yeah. I sent it to Emmanuel, and I was like, what's going on? This is probably a glitch. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's fun to have the picture, though. And then the next day it was at like 23,000 plays, and it kept getting bigger. And I didn't know how to handle myself. And we have a goal between us. If it gets to 100,000 plays, we each have our respective things that we're gonna do. Like I'll probably run around my apartment and then get a tattoo to commemorate it. And you said that you would stream, which we're gonna get on Twitter, by the way. You don't know this, but we're gonna do it on Twitter and Instagram Live.
There you go.
Yeah, so we're 30,000 plays away from that, and we've got one more single that we're releasing before we release the album. One or two. That's still a work in progress because Emmanuel and I both have work that takes up some of our time.
But yeah, we're really, really excited. So.
And Carter, just what you had said about getting going live on Instagram, Twitter, and all the other platforms. There's so many different areas that you can launch and get your music heard. And we played, you probably didn't know this, but we started playing some of your music to see how our audience reflects into your songs. And man, it went over so well, So, and I think we started doing the one with Confessions, the one you're talking about. And then we played Dead Love. And so we're going to play that here, not right away, but as we talk about the interview. And now, Carter, now that things are starting to open up, I know it's going to start opening up, you're going to have to start doing some live concerts. And I'm sure you're looking out at, out there into the future, maybe doing some June, July, or August concerts. Are you prepared to get out there and show your stuff?
Oh, absolutely. That's the thing I'm most excited for. Because I come from a background of live stage performance, the stage performance of my own music is like a dream that I've had since I was in middle school. I'm super excited to actually get to do it, and I've already been thinking of different ways to go about it, different aspects of live music, and then also keeping some of the pre-recorded sound on it, and mixing the two and combining elements of hip-hop shows and rock shows, and kind of forming a little Carter Mind baby at this point.
Now, who's going to be on stage with you? Are you going to have Emmanuel up there on stage with you, or are you going to have other stage, musicians up there, or do you have that planned out?
We haven't discussed that yet.
We haven't really discussed it.
I would like to play guitar.
Yeah, it would be a dream to have Emmanuel out there with me, because there's, Emmanuel's just as involved with his album as I am. It's like a 50-50 thing, and to have Emmanuel up there on stage with me, especially performing the music that you've written, and that's the dream. Obviously, Emmanuel does your own music. You have your own plans because you're your own success besides me. But yeah, that would be amazing. And then I think it'd be fun to incorporate elements of both of our music into it. Have then Away From Me starts happening, and in the middle of the set, and then I get to take the backup, and I think I just have so many ideas for it. Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. And now you say you performed on stage already, and have you started getting your stage performance ready? Because you never know, all of a sudden, like I know the United States, everybody's getting all the vaccinations and stuff, so it's moving pretty quickly. They're thinking right away by April or May, everybody should be vaccinated, which means everybody can get back to getting out there and performing. Especially everybody, I think, is really itching for the live music thing. And
Right.
just so everybody knows, we're broadcasting from KUHS Radio TV in Denver, Colorado. And why don't you guys tell us what it's like down there in Florida? Your weather.
Very hot.
Let me tell you what it was like over here. We just had 1 foot of snow, and it was cold. It was -7 degrees below zero. But, Denverites know Denver's like, oh, yeah, it's no big deal. All the people who have moved here, oh, my God, it's an apocalypse, It's like, I was like, what, so what? Weren't you afraid? No, it's like, this is Denver, So,
yeah, I'm very aware of the snow there because I just recently shot a video for my new single called Echo featuring SF1, and SF1, also known as Shane, is actually, he lives in Denver and he shot his part in Denver. We got snowfall in the video. I'm like, whoa.
Oh, that's so cool. Really? Serious? That's cool to get snowfall in a video, but a lot of people do it, but it's hard to because you have cameras outside, and so you gotta be careful not to get them wet and stuff. So it's really cool if you can capture a nice shot of snow coming down. Oh, that's slick. Yeah, and then all of a sudden, like I said, it's this Mother Nature's is on PMS or something because all of a sudden it's nice and warm. It's you can wear your flip flops. It's all good. You know what I mean? It's like, this is Denver. Here, hold my beer. So tell us more about you have this music. I mean, it's got some rap in it. It's so clean, and I like good rap. There's some people who are rappers who come out with stuff, and I think, all right. But there's the good stuff, like what you're doing, that really resonates, and you can tell if it's good stuff by how many, listens you got. And you told me about the listens. Let's go over the listens again. Now you say you were on Spotify.
Yep.
And how many did you get on there again?
On Spotify, that's the biggest one that we have. It's at 70,000 plus a little bit. It's like 70,294 or something like that.
Yeah, see, Spotify is worldwide, and there's all these people who, it's like you're in a maze of other people who are putting out stuff, but to accomplish that says a lot about what your music sounds like. And when it comes to Denver, like I said, because we've been doing this for so long, we get all the big names come here, and they want to get that blasted out there. And so when we hear this music, it resonates with us. And so I was letting some of the other VDJs listen to your music. I said, check this out. Whoa, I like that. Once I hear that, that's good news. Because once they start putting it on their shows, and it gets into Belgium, into Amsterdam, and moves over into the Orient, and into the Japan area, and back into Australia, Africa. Africa is big on rap, and so we've got a radio station down there that picks up some of our music, and they just blast it right back out. So it's really nice. Yeah. So you'll be hearing, as we start playing your music, you'll start seeing a big surge, if it's really good. Like I said, sometimes there's been a couple that have come here and they went just completely flat, and there's two others. This gal, country western, of course we do that too. She landed a big contract with Sony, and one of her songs went #1 on the Billboard charts. It was a Christmas song, but that's where Sony picked her up off of. Said, hey, we want you for all this other stuff. Another one, Cass Clayton, which is like a blues rock type of sound, and she went #1 album over some of the other great big names. But then the pandemic sat her down. It's like, oh, F, But you're hitting it right at the right time, and that's what I want to tell you. You're bringing it out and catching all these listens, and right before that, then you get to go out and maybe tour, or you get to go, somebody will pick you up and take you on tour. And that's what's really nice. You may open up for somebody, you may be the headliner, who knows? And so here's another thing I want to talk to you about. So on your stage set, how many musicians do you think you'll have?
I'm really hoping for, the 4-piece band, the
rhythm section,
a drummer, guitarist, bass player, and a keyboard or piano player. Just because that's when I was in high school and I was in band class, that was the setup that we really had, because it was the 4-piece band and then the singer or singers. And I think for me, the idea of doing like a big show with 5 people on stage is a really cool idea because it makes a big show feel really intimate. And I like that idea because I think my music is, intimate and personal, and I want the audience to be able to feel that with the setup of the stage and the setup of the musicians and all of that.
Now, do you want to have other dancers? You know how some of these rappers will come out there, they'll all dance together and have some of the background singers dancing with you, or is that the look you want to project as you perform, or you want it to be solo and just your rhythm section playing the music?
Yeah, I think the glitz and glam that some of the rappers do nowadays and have been doing for years it's not something that feels natural for me to do.
You don't want me to dance?
You can dance. That's fine. That's the real life.
I like that one. You got that one. Hey, Carter. Oh wow. You don't know what to say now, huh?
No, I don't think big dancing and all of that is going to work with the kind of music that I make. I think having the intimate band section and maybe some of the pre-recorded backup vocals or sound effects playing
lights
system, and lights. I think that's probably the route that I'm going to go. I mean, who knows? 10 years from now, I might be on stage with full dance numbers with each song.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It may be changing. You get
right.
Somebody who walks up there, let me put together the stage for you, and then you never know. Like with clothing, that's another thing. Clothing is really part of the entire performance. Just what you're wearing. Because hey, man, did you see how cool that slick top he had on the hat, and he had his glass or whatever, and then you couldn't have your merchandise, and that's where your merchandise comes up, so, and you, with your name on it, the way you have it spelled. And how is your name spelled? Let's go over that. And how did you come up with that spelling? That was so cool.
Oh no.
I kept screwing it up on the poster, and Emmanuel said, hey, you screwed that up. Oh boy, you screwed, no you didn't, Emmanuel, you didn't, but I was dying laughing on this side. Because I can, go ahead, tell us about that.
So the name, it's just my name, but instead of the first A in Carter, it's an X. And that really, stuck when we were looking to establish the artist profile on all of the streaming platforms. Carter, regular CARTER, was working fine on everything except for Apple Music. Apple Music has like 100 artists with that name, and it wouldn't let us do it. So we went through so many different variations of the spelling, and it got really funny at some points. And we invited Emmanuel's mom into the conversation as well.
She was photo bombing again? Oh my God.
Yeah,
it was more of an invitation. I was like, Mom, can you come up with something? And my mom, my family's from Israel, so she started like spitting out names in Hebrew, because Carter's also Jewish. Yeah. And it was just really funny. It became this thing, and then we were like, oh, we don't really want to do Carter with an X, but we can't come up with anything else, so I guess we'll just land with that.
And then it grew on both of us, I think. At least for me, it grew on me relatively quickly.
Same here.
Yeah, it did. It grew on me too. But the only thing is, when I was spelling it out on the poster, I kept getting it wrong because you want to say Carter, and I thought, she says it's spelled with an X. It's only Carter. It's not Carter Nash. And so I kept correcting the poster because I can do it like in an instant and right away repost it. And when we repost it on social media, it'll just take the place everywhere else sometimes, and sometimes it won't. It just won't repopulate. And so I really like the way that it's a perfect stage name, Carter with an X. And so you can really play on that. You can get concept and everything going from that. Plus, like you said, make your hats, all your merch, and then have that Carter with the X maybe sticking out something. You maybe make you some.
Yeah, we have a logo. So.
Nice. Yeah, the little logo. It's a capital C, and then the end of the C has a line through it that makes the X.
Nice.
So it's as that kind of grows a little bit more, it makes it a little bit more self-explanatory when you're trying to spell it and trying to merchandise and all that.
Oh, nice. So I've got a couple of songs here, and I'm going to play one of them to begin with, is Confessions. We'll start out with that one, and then we'll talk about it if you're okay with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it live right now, and we'll be able to hear it within the studio, and let it roll, okay?
Perfect.
Confess just to get them off my chest. Reasons.
Can you hear it through the other side?
The reason I'm upset for these 22 years that I've been walking the earth. I never knew the people related to me by birth. And that iceberg, I've been drowning. On the outside I've been climbing, but on the inside I've been frowning. I've got a disease inside that tries to kill me all the time. The people put them in there hoping I bite the line. The sickness in my mind tried to take my breath from me like a kiss from death. I wanted more. I was starving. There was no crying out or calling up for help, cause I'm addicted. That's what I convinced myself. It's everything. Trust, love, and freedom, all because the vodka whispered in my ear that I don't need them. Being was a part of my identification. Being mentally crippled was a welcome sensation. I couldn't fix it. That I was worth more. I was sure that accepting defeat, even the score, with countless hours wasted. How was this worth my moral sameness? It's sad to see the gravity and capacity. It has to be proactively captured till I'm its masterpiece. I've been sick of living this life, dealing with strife. Why the fuck you think I carry a knife? I've been these are my defects, the things about me I resent, the regrets, the reasons I should be dead.
Whoa. That was good. Now, you know, that don't sound like you, dude. That was somebody else. That's not you.
all the people that I've known for a super long time, they listen to the song and they go, "Oh, cool, who's rapping?"
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say to you. Wait a minute. Because I wanted to say that before because I heard it. And when I started talking to you, I thought the same thing. Wait a minute. Who's the big rapper, man? Come on.
I'm rapping.
Emmanuel's rapping. You know, so we've got another song. We'll end the interview on the second song. But for now, we'll talk about just exactly what we were saying. It's like, you know, it's such a good song that you can't tell it's really you. It's like, you know, I look at you, I think, and listen to you, and is this really him? Wait a minute. That's some good song. You know, that's good. That's why you have all those listens. You know, that everybody's listening in. And when people are you know, listening to that song it captivates you, you know, and it's got the nice hook in it, and it sounds great, you know. So with that being said, that's why you're getting so many listens, you know. I know.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Like I said, everybody's probably telling, no, bro. So who's the rapper, man?
Right. All the time.
All the time. And so they're looking for the rapper and shit, you know. So it's pretty
So
sad.
makes it Confessions featuring Henry.
There we go. That's the real game changer.
That's right. Yeah, so it's like it's interesting to see how much you know, the different you know, all the different artists that come through here and how far they get. And like I was telling you, we talked about you know, several of the other artists that have come through here and done well. And we also talked about those who don't do so well, even though they had some quality music. And this one, I'm telling you, is very quality. And where did you record it at? There at Sassoon's place, or?
This one we did. It was when quarantine was still going on, and we did it over FaceTime. So I recorded. Emmanuel recorded the instrumental
At my place, and then I wrote the chorus of the song, sent it to Camila, and then we recorded everything, like, you know, through email pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's well done. Well done. Like I said, with the technology nowadays, you can get a lot of things done. And Emmanuel, I'm always proud of you. That's why I said, you're not going to get out of this. And she was trying to say, oh, only Carter's going to be. No, I got to have her in on it. Yeah, because don't you think so, Carter? She's part of it. I mean, come on, she's writing some of the music.
100%. When we were going over, you know, all the paperwork part of the agreement and everything, I was like, take more, please, take more. I give you whatever you want, you can have. Because you're just, I mean, Emmanuel was just as big of a part of it because, you know, I did, you know, the bulk of the lyrics and, you know, I would say 99% of the vocals on the album, you know, excluding features. And then Emmanuel did all of the music, all of the mixing, co-wrote a lot of the hooks for the songs, and then helped with, you know, syllable issues that I was doing because I always want to write too much. And I mean, Emmanuel was so much a part of all of the music that is gonna be on Polaroid.
Damn, you gassed me up. Thank you.
No, I think it's right that you're on this interview. I agree. When Emmanuel asked me, you know, do you want me to be there with you or do you want to do it alone? And I was like, no, come. What are you talking about? Like, why is that even a question?
I wanted you to have your spotlight.
Well, but you did just as much work.
And that's why I wanted to have her on the show. It's like, you know, she was like trying to, she goes, no, I want Carter to, no, I said, no, I'll put it all together. So everybody knows where this music's coming from because
yeah.
I mean, it's got to, that's the way it is. They'll go dig her out anyway. Say,
oh yeah.
What's my music, dude?
They'll open everything and they'll see Emmanuel's name on it, and they'll go, well, why is she not in all the stuff?
Yeah.
Like, why is Emmanuel not in the interviews and whatever? And I'm like, yes, I have the same questions.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's well done. Well done. Like I said, with the technology nowadays, you can get a lot of things done. And with this being said, I'm going to play this next song, Dead Love, which is the newer single that you're releasing, right? Dead Love.
Dead Love was the first single.
Oh, the first one. Okay, and then the second one was Confessions.
Correct.
Okay, so, and that's the way it goes. And so how well did Dead Love do?
Dead Love did better. So I had released a little bit of music beforehand, you know, years ago on Spotify, and that did, you know, obviously poorly. Dead Love did, you know, for a first single for me, it did significantly better than I expected, but it's still at, like, you know, around 400 plays.
That's still a lot in reality. That's a lot. You're talking the world, but still, that's a lot. You know.
Yeah, that was more when it reached 100. I had like a freak out moment. I was like, that's crazy. 100 people want to listen to this one song that I made. I was so excited, and then as Confession started growing, you know, I think before Confession we were at 270 plays or something like that on Dead Love. And then after Confessions, people started looking at the other song. And then now we're at, 400 and something. I don't know what the exact number is, but it started to grow, slowly with Confessions, which was cool to see.
And that's the song that I played first with some of the other VDJs, and we aired it yesterday afternoon during the drive time. And Confessions is it hooked a lot of people. And I see why. It's a great song. It's one of those songs, bam, you got it, you nailed it. And that's what's so slick about it. And like BET, when they came out with, they had the one song, and they have this fan club called the BET or BTS Army. And with BTS, when they launched theirs, the one song, it was good, but I thought it was okay, but everybody was loving it. And you thought, wait a minute, and it took off like a rocket and never came back. And that's what launched their career. And before you know it, they were writing all their music and putting it right away, recording it, and before you know it, bam, they blew up. And so this is the exact same way as it happened. One song just takes off, and everybody's looking at you. Is that really you rapping? Is that really you rapping? So with that being said, I'm going to go into Dead Love. We'll come out of Dead Love, and then what we'll do is we'll say goodbye at that point. But congratulations on launching all this new music there, Carter. And Emmanuel,
thank you so
much for getting him on. I'm glad to have talked to you guys because, like I said, sometimes there's those who hit it and they just don't know where it came from. It just goes. And those who just will not lift, and it's just the way the world turns, But just what I've heard in Confessions, it's great music. So that being said, I'm going to launch some Dead Love music for you right here.
I fucked up fears, leave my love dead. Trapped in my mental prison, made that fuck decision. I lost sight of my mission. Now I'm sitting here missing you. I should have told you death follows me. Should have warned you of how I can be. My pride took me away. This is the price I pay. Every time I think of you, I want you more than I can say. But all my head can focus on is how I left you there that day. Never meant to bring you down. I only try to make you smile. Suck you feeling like a clown. When the liquor hits, I go buck wild. I started falling, but it doesn't matter. Can't be together because I'm too shattered. My head's torn and tattered. Cause I'm mad as a hatter. But just fuck what I'm feeling. The monster inside hasn't stopped reeling. There was a time where I thought I'd be kneeling. Guess I couldn't wait till I spent some time healing. You caught a glimpse of the villain I am. You saw the way that I get when I'm slammed. You saw the lowest mental point of the plan. But you also saw some good in this man. But right now I'm not well enough. If we could go in, then I would've fucked it up. I'll care about you till I die. Cause I know that you honestly saved my life. I couldn't keep to your pace. Maybe that I'm really more than a tramp.
thanks for joining us here in Carter. And that's I had to call him out on that one again. It's good stuff. It's that one was launched too, even though it's not driving upwards on all the different listens. But I think that one will go too. It just depends on where it's being launched out at. And like I said, the first one, like I said, that one's on fire right now, Confession. So congratulations to you. And it was nice to have you on. And Emmanuel, it was nice to have you also trying to hide out. You couldn't do it. You tried, but it didn't work. Sorry.
Always a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, so anytime. Go ahead, Carter.
Thank you so much for having us.
Oh yeah, this is a pleasure for me. So with that being said, I'll see y'all guys all later, and thank you once again, okay? So be listening to our station, and I'll let you know when it's being played. We have hip-hop shows, and we'll probably push it toward the hip-hop show and see if we can get that really pushed out there for you, okay? Then we'll put it in the rotation, which is all-nighter, which goes into the other side of the world. It's day for them, but it's night for us. So with that being said, you guys take it easy. Thank you, Emmanuel, and thank you, Carter.
Thank you.